Good evening, here's top news newsletter, starting with headlines. Syria, more terrorists killed and injured by army operation across the country. The Iraqi army and popular mobilization liberate Tikrit. Russian foreign minister, there is a dire need to fight terrorism and extremism. Netanyahu says world countries work against him for elections. Units of the Syrian army and armed forces eliminated many terrorists in Tlayla region in Palmyra countryside and Al-Qunaytirat in Talbis area in Homs countryside. Earlier, the army members of terrorist organizations in the village of Adwaybi, Arish, Rajm al-Qasr and surrounding Arastan Dam and destroyed a vehicle carrying terrorists in Sharshuh in the countryside of the central province of Homs, according to a military source. While army units continued operations in many areas in Daraa province, killing large numbers of terrorists, including groups' leaders, and destroying their weapons and ammunition, the army targeted hideouts where terrorist leaders were having a meeting in Ataman area in Daraa's northern countryside, killing all terrorists and destroying weapons and ammunition stored in it. An army unit targeted with intensive strikes terrorist organization dens in the town of Jassim in Daraa province, causing the destruction of a vehicle loaded with ammo and weaponry and leaving many of terrorists dead or injured. In the Iraqi view, the Iraqi army and popular mobilization forces kicked off early a wide-scale operation to liberate the city of Tikrit. The operating started following primarily shelling and extensive bombardment. The forces started advancing in Al-Qadisiyya neighborhood, northeast of Tikrit. The Iraqi army and popular mobilization forces have been engaged in a massive operation in Salahuddin province, of which Tikrit is the center. The operation aims at driving the Tikrit group ISIS out of the province. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Tuesday there is a dire need to coordinate procedures among countries in fighting terrorism and extremism. Lavrov, in a press conference with his Spanish counterpart, added that his country insists on respecting the international law and people's right of self-determination. Fighting terrorism should be based on international law, and the Security Council should not ignore this, as Lavrov said. The Zionist Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a broadcast remark on Tuesday there was a huge world effort to ensure he loses next week closely counter elections. Occupation Army Radio, which aired what is said were comments he made to activities of high right-wing Likud party, interpreted them as referring to foreign funding for advocacy groups campaigning for a change of government in the Zionist entirety. Political parties in the occupied territories are banned from accepting money directly from overseas donors during an elections campaign, but such funding is as followed under the latest law for non-profit organization opposing political viewpoints, and U.S. consults have advised the Zionist candidate for years. That was all for today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nibal Hneidi. Good night.